Right. Good evening and welcome to Porcupine Stand here on YouTube with but anyway, yebedi kumasi asante koroko ho enkomo sene de bia no. You talk a lot about Kotoko. Memo transfer news. Maybe I go straight to the point. And then there's been series of meetings. Asante koroko IMC no aye. Na yetimi anya intelligence kakra apeke pieces of what is going on and share with you concerning some transfers based on match Kotoko boy and a club no be try say be put in place the whole seminum bro latest on Shawkan Mohammed to Asante Kotoko the hu nyina ho nsem bro and which other positions Asante Kotoko team no more ever strengthen again the itinerary of Kotoko Krat saying into a comprehensive show and I'm there bremo the common extensively and you have to stay with me the whole video to really get issues near now. Pardon me on that. Masante Koroko team nra and a mediema a boy and on say omuko PM wo takwa dumpem na a Hans Kofi former top scorer in the Ghana Premier League, Abranti and Shenenkwa true road accident. Nyamen fan the currency and omko na kwan ache say womko pay no krabre. Man Asante Koroko team ne pass true. Any kind of atuman say Koroko team no will not come back to Kumasi now. I say age honome free ho. And their focus now is preseason in Cape Coast. Hona team ne koye preseason with friendly matches omo airline and app say omo bebo. Na no ne yebetiti bi ho e di amamo na ma hu de call. I think on Wednesday and I'm catch am say Kotoko team no omo kwa coach akwasi apia be ka ho na na penkra akwasi ewu aka ho and na coach Ogum account. So currently the IMC members no 4 Emmanuel Newton Dasuberry free IMC no mu enti say 3 ni nyina wo ha omaye meetings by the whole nsem no their program lineup nyina ebebro but let's just discuss the Kotoko game ne kakra bi. Then we drop the transfer news and other conversations around Kotoko. And then Saturday will be our office so we can have extensive conversation. Let's start it off by talking about the positives. I think we me fran and Toma a report be a mensa kana maybe a report now. But me fran and Toma in such a way be to protect my source. The positives from the game, according to some technical people, let me put it that way. According to some technical people, a game no, positives are draw from the game, and that same technical people no, more negatives draw from the game analysis. Let me put it that way. Now let me start it off from the mensa etimi aka. Now the first thing clearly these technical men many of my team come on edit two job about Kotoko Media game, which is their first major positive. Abrante and Albert Amoa. 3 key technical men analyze Kotoko game. No you know, it looks like Omobo Albert Amoa Basopa. Now the news is that Coach Ogum last season he had Isaac Opong extremely comfortable on the ball. The club no build up upon the ball to major ball ni jina so pass it a move ball no. And he can also score. He had Mukwala. Now or trusting Fege, but in Fege enya a bad season. I mean your man Kuyamano. But he had Kalu Atara, no comfortable on the ball, but only good in the air. So players 4 we in every Asante Kotoko. In Isaac Opong, in Mukwala, in Fege, any Abranti a friend Kalu. So coach not naturally or pe center forward ball. Jeball ni jina son train pass Jebu Mobi. That is the kind of center forward coach Ogumupe. Now they've seen Albert Amoa in league matches. That was for Olympics. But in Kotoko JC, now there was this kind of fear, say, Obetmia hit the ground running, which he's been doing it at AJ. But non person who said match when Nijina against top defenders are dear coach nature no how drop over wings. Ebetimi bobo ni bi or drop over chili be bobo ni bi or call left be bobo ni bi center for the bobo ni bi no. They were looking at how the player can do that in a game. And it looks like a holding in ano boy any positive air marks. Which shot no drop where every boy forcing air appear could be to make that safe. That was in the second half. Ball no but far from no. Technical team no abonabaso ewo ho. Which left one hoya or be bully air fatal. Or train to ho. He tried getting up, went to me, but Bulu and the penalty and Kotoko. When you applause for her, where some of the chances he created, he was getting applause. The only thing I may picking yourself, the presence in the penalty box because of drop back, every ball be any team in the corner. Now there were moments he wasn't that present or penalty box across neighbor and as a supply neighbor. So that's something they are going to work on it. But from all indications, the Benjinani say Albert Tamwa was one of the major positives for Asante Kotoko. The leadership of the club is impressed with him. The leadership is impressed with him, especially with his start from Olympics, from Kwabi Brim to Olympics. No, Gidia say Obetimi Albert. If you are listening to me, the technical review of the game, no, I'm a lot of positive marks. I know, sir, Benifobia Shao communicated to you at the right time, but keep that performance up, which was one of the first positives. The second thing, the issue of smart Abdul Hamid Mohammed Al Hassan. And now I know the technical committee now Omochron as one of the positives out of the game. Emma Menyan say even in the stands, I'm just saying in the stands. This just by the way, me they count in the stands, in Yampenphobia, they were acknowledging the eye of Coach Akwesi Appiah when it comes to talent. And now, as I did in our course, I'm on for Coach Akwesi Appiah about to say, once again, we'll prove that change as when it comes to sporting of talent. So we a club now a problem. Now, Upo be able to spotted talent. Edna Baba fix our problem now. Coach Akwesi Appiah in our terms out for a year is smart for. And now, according to the committee, according to these technical men that I engage with, clearly it looks like the left side of Kotoko, they don't have any headache at the moment in terms of attack and in terms of defense. Almost a honor, one particular position, Patrick Essiedu will have to go the extra mile if you want to start. Because Boana is smart, but which they did not expect that from him. Once a week, there were some training. Thursday, no, a training there, but there was some training. Wednesdays were a training, but Tuesday were a training. Tonight they were thinking, say, yeah, any issue, basically, but he gave an excellent performance. He's getting positive ratings from the people that matters, especially with his recovery and his defensive work. Also, moves at the left side of the Kotoko defense to some extent is settled, and they are impressed moving forward. In fact, they are tossing and Fama, which was the options. Options in the coaching earlier conversation about options of goalkeeping, options on the right side, option was center back. Last season, player Bakwana coach Ugumjini on the center backs was Henry Ansu. Clearly, Eyako now he's the fourth choice. So for the quality, Anna coach Nikas when you dilemma in terms of headache, in terms of selection, because of some of these things. Nobody is ruling Henry Ansu out. But so what share Kotoko, Pekin or Nana, Ansu have to go the extra mile to break into the Kotoko team for him to be a starter if he wants to play for Asante Kotoko. And even in that case, Ansu can be a starter in most of the Ghana Premier League teams. Okay, I say Ansu ba Kotoko. Now, or Ghana Black Galaxy or a member. That's the local Blasters, not count. So now, if he's your fourth option, it gives you the confidence that you have that kind of depth and backbone, even when some of the players get injured. na me can left or maka goalkeeping Kamara ne Ferry Kasari maka Lord Amoa any Emmanuel Kote Samba Ablo Ble any Ansu. These are all qualities. And no Awuche, Abdul Karim Abdul Rahman Munyano were not that present. Ninyina but Kotoko am final one thing. Ben Asoma be free bench, aba be create a chance, aba be shego, eri ama Asante Kotoko. So the options, idea back home you please. Options no, but Bishop anopanka metin ewo but metin when numre edi amount. That is why you can't miss this. It do Saturday kasa trim. You have to understand that. Your bow week ni ansem tofa. Na Jedi Abraham. So these are some of the positive, the coaching style of the of Coach Ogum and his principles. You know, the technical men are saying, "Say you can see a clear indication." Coach Ogum this season, person build the future, but he wants his transition to be fast. Ya can't want some. And now who's at the end in the game, and it was clear. The percent the transition, yeah, fast, and your long balls. But 3-4 passes as some do the opponent half. And that was what I asked and took good team no But Bishop per the options, the coaching stand but Bishop, but really lead to a lot of friendly games. Kotoko will play not less than 3 friendly matches before say Ombeba back to Kumasi. Not less than 3. Penny 4 year ring, but I'll come and talk about that. So these were some of the positives. Man picking from top technical men when it comes to a no Asante Kotoko game, no boy. Me sure say mu bibiri so no muhun sadi and Albert Amwa and Emmanuel Entry, a smart Abdul Hamid, Muhammad Al Hassan, and the emphasis on is also on the new players. We have our new players number. Not omo but now omo show any sign say they need more time to adjust to the team, adjust to the style of play of the coach, and to them omo ankasa omo style of play no. It gives the team a bit of confidence moving forward. It's very positives, you know, at the amount. Emmanuel Enchi here introduction, yeah, he won the man of the match. He was the one who was controlling affairs for Asante Kotoko. And no suggestion about him finding 10, him born 8, him born 6, and the coach will work on all that in the coming moments. Well, baby, I'm going to try improvement in here. Well, more matches to understand the pattern and sharpen the rough edges. Baako a me nsa aka sɛ team ne sɛ mbɔ bebree nyame yɛ adom a Wednesday Asante Kotoko bɛbɔ baabi ne Gold Stars wɔ Cape Coast me confirm ama unless say bibi sisa last minute but from what I have Asante Kotoko bɛbɔ baabi ne Gold Stars on Wednesday, just another Premier League team for them to sharpen the rough edges. They are planning on going to play against Hohoi. A game. From what I'm picking at the moment, it looks like they want to have a feel of away games and how it will go. The Baby Go Stars may keep Costanupo. Baby Go Stars is also a stubborn side in the Ghana Premier League. And the coach from Paul Manson. You can't take that thing away from them. Into Kotoko still trying to work on the rough edges. The match fitness of the players the match fitness, how they can last for 90 minutes. They want to work on it, especially how they will deal with balls in the air. The technical team will be working on that, and then no training. But if you are call, a lot of things will happen with Asante Kotoko camp where they will know what to do. In said piece in seminar, and it was also part of the weakness. You know, they plan to find solutions to that in matches and kasa, and also in friendly matches. No. So other friendly matches, I bet you first team, second half, maybe second team for everybody to have much more a year playing time and see who is the best. Again, team at Cape Coast will be away from the public so that the coach can have time to work on the boys' team bonding because some intensive camping, so you can monitor every player. Now I check every player to know if the player behind the scenes there for the team to bond. Well. The other thing that they will be working on from the right side, positive attributes in terms of attack, but there was issues with the right side in terms of defense. Into Emmanuel Kote, Peter Aqua, the one here Peter Aqua finishing, and Namensaka say something they went to work on. Peter Aqua finishing, he or the chance to me create a chance, or to me do the areas. Our opportunity is set for him. but the finishing about a suspect, which one he a bit of issue with him in terms of chances to be the Obabato actually. Oh, here's some more one chance with me share. Peter had something similar or Balu born fair. So that is something the technical team will be working on. So limited negatives. More matches, defensive work on Kote, set piece, and Peter Aqua finishing. And not air the Waha. Now let's move on to other side of the conversation so that you can get the best of news here on a Porky Fine Stand with Sir Obed. Well, Kotoko will still be on the market for 2 players. Shannon Sumame. Kotoko will still be on the market for 2 players. Kotoko at the moment is looking at a number 10 and a number 8. This is confirmed. A number 10 and a number 8. Defensively, they are picking the idea of mobile going for any player. And and then IMC na meeting, send a mechanic in my intro. No? And Makano was on Thursday, and I'm a kind. I've had another confirmation telling me that Kotoko is ready to splash the cash on Shawkan Mohammed, even when he loses the case. That is the news that is coming. Verdict there, no cranny about verdict there. Verdict beyond by. And I spoke to someone close by to a year Accra Lions. Omunya any email concerning any verdict. Verdict ne send it to me. When come and the Accra Lions for any verdict. As at Enumere whilst I was doing my production. And enya dia verdict almost send them obi no majobi. Send them obi at the same time. O copy obi na wa attach obi email ekwa na ekwa ha. So both parties will have a copy of the verdict from the player status committee. But after no game, there were some kind of observations, and the technical team have taken a decision. And it has been backed by Nana Pinkrank that they will get Shawkan for the Santa Kotoko technical team. Until we there, Thursday in Mekai, and that's when Mesan can studio BM say Omobepe Abrantiano. I'm an Ababisi Akama Santa Kotoko. He will be part of the Kotoko team. Sabi Amnoka say that is a confirmed story. I made that they change the amount. They are just waiting for the verdict. Verdict neba that's a boy no. Na me na do monya ni tire didima Kotoko ne na wie dada. What I say, they will just bring him on board. He will join them at Cape Coast and they will continue. If that is not the case, they will go to Accra Lions because Accra Lions at the moment is ready to sell the boy. Accra Lions and Penny for only Obudin Komomo say having him in the team again, they don't think they will get the best out of the player. Say player ne betimi abobo ni yi edi amo no omu se saade ni besi. Cause boy no issues kakra. They say he's no longer the captain. Team na omu preseason wanye bi into the neighbor 2 one here to affect the rhythm of the team. So Accra Lions is ready to sell Shawkan even after activating his 1-year contract. They will just activate it to sell him. Sign on person here. On the player need go free no, and give some more chance to make money out of him. So they will just activate it and sell him. And just by activating, that is the exclusive news I'm picking from Accra Lions. So now we have a club that is willing to sell a player. We have a club that is willing to buy a player. And you have a player that is willing to join the club and you're willing to buy him. Equation is that is how transfer is being done. The obeton, the auto, any nipa na aye ton on whether obeko baby aye ton akwa. So now that the player is willing, the club is willing, and Kotoko is willing, any aspect of the verdict be a baby piano, Kotoko will still go for him and bring him on board. Striker there. Based on my conversation, it look likely that Kotoko will go for a striker because in Abdul Karim Abdurrahman, in Abdul Karim Abdurrahman, Unyanya more playing time in the Kotoko setup. So Emamure Viso no. So there's Saka, there's Albertamwa, Abdul Karim Abdurrahman, Pitakwa, Ben Asomwa, and Abrante and Elvis Chiba for making it 6. So right now it's about the midfield, composition of the midfield. And no many appraisal we need 2 be because now a team do Jamana in team men are seen as defensive side of the midfield. Baba Yaya, any Emmanuel Enchi are seen as the offensive side of the midfield. So at least they need one to add up to a year this particular players. That is the offensive players in the middle. Jomu offensive back on and the above account. But what in common I see. So that thing they do in team and change amana hano. Now we move share anymore for the Kotoko midfield to be complete. So that is a confirmed news if you oba made that the amount. So yes, let's just be hopeful that the plans of the IMC a bit now the way that they want it to be. Now Omashe the third friendly game. Our more planning we that be TME say Oko Western region. They say at the moment it's like Central region crown. There is no Premier League team. So they are looking at one team. Any Greater Accra club yen we be free Accra. Central no maybe any Go Stars or more ball. Samates kwa Africa mabo mediema. Aka one team or Central, which at the moment yeah Baseke Holy Stars. So that one is not confirmed. But it can also be part of the conversation. So I'm so important. It's also a career free on no ababe share nyase. So Basakene be so what I'm picking is that likely that Kotoko will add them also to the number of matches of the ball. Basakeso first match or has. So they will try to have a taste against Asante Kotoko. Kotoko team no technical team but some players in fact they more than power. But 12 matches so that they can be prepared for the task ahead. So yes, more to come from Kotoko because they need more matches to sharpen themselves and get their rhythm on track for them to know what is ahead of them. Enti Kotoko kakra I wo hono and apmeti abremo.